The Tzhaar City. It's home to RuneScape's most challenging content in the form of the Inferno, and to a lot of other players it is home to the Fight Caves, of which many find to be challenging in its own right. It also happens to be home to endgame thieving content for Iron Men. This is where Iron Men go when they are heading up towards 200 mil experience in the thieving skill. It's also where you can get your hands on obsidian equipment and onyx gems that are used in the creation of the Amulet of Fury, Regeneration Bracelet, and Zenite Jewelry, and in the immediate progress of my hardcore Iron Man, it is the only area in the game where you can fish infernal eels. Suffice to say, unlocking the potential of the city and all its rewards is essential not only to my short-term goals, but also in the long term. Should my hardcore Iron Man survive towards the 227 total level and achieve max, I would like to begin competing with it on the high scores. And like I said earlier, this place is where Iron Men go to in their efforts to achieve 200 mil experience in thieving. To unlock this city I require a fire cape. It's important not only rest in unlocking the Tzhaar city and the infernal eels I'll use to acquire full obsidian, but also in my upcoming grind towards 99 or in the melee skills. It will also likely be my best in slot cape for the duration of my 99 Slayer grind. In my efforts to acquire my fire cape, I have been grinding out level 65 Slayer so I can damage Dust Devils on Tzhaar. In the last episode I acquired the Jagex talisman and unlocked a teleport that will take me directly towards the catacombs where Dust Devils can be found. I also acquired the full angler set so that whilst I am fishing infernal eels, I am gaining the best 0 times fishing experience I can get whilst acquiring the tackle I need to buy full obsidian. By gaining access to infernal eels, I will be able to essentially AFK my full obsidian whilst acquiring the GP I need to finish 99 smithing on Exule, my free to play account. My main account is fully primed and ready to go to begin money making from smithing on Exule, but until I have this fire cape, all the progress in the other game modes will essentially be stalled until it is finished. So here we are at, what's this place called? Again, Musty Harness, that's the name of the place. We are getting ourselves a black mask. Now, towards the end of the last episode, I said I was going to do Cabin Fever in the middle of my quest grind. I actually had already done Cabin Fever some time ago, and I don't even remember when I did it. It was back before I left the account inactive. I only started playing this account again about a month ago, and it was like inactive for months and months. But yeah, now that we have the Barrows Doves, we have currently our best in slot cape. We're obviously going for a fire cape right now. We might as well get ourselves a black mask, which will expedite or speed up or some other adjective the Slayer grind up to 65. We need 65 for Dust Devil, so give me a black mask.
Oh.
Okay, guys, last wave before I get my fighter torso.
Wait, is it?
No, 80. I think you need. I think you need a few more. I thought.
No, this is the last one.
Oh
shit.
sweet.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Good timing too.
Oh, darn.
I have a penance fighter that keeps attacking me. Can one of you kill it?
What?
You heard
And
me.
Spider keeps going after Ben.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. It keeps attacking me.
Where is he? Show me. Where'd he touch you?
Ew. Sounds so wrong. Don't ever say that again. You fucking weirdo. Jesus Christ.
Yay.
Good shit, guys.
Yeah.
Time-
Fuck yeah.
Time to get my fucking torso. Come up and see me put it on.
I'm on my way.
I got a high gamble too. Let's go.
Same. Yeah.
First time ever getting a fucking fighter torso on RuneScape.
There you go.
I got a
Yeah.
fucking palm tree seed.
Hey.
I'm 4 points shy of a high gamble.
Look how fucking good I look right now at the game. Fuck yeah.
Look how
Look
good
at
I look.
you.
Where's your amulet of strength?
I will fly kick you in your head. Never talk to me like that again.
You gotta match the red.
So I got myself a fighter torso. Obviously, in the last clip, me and my clan basically decided to do a barbarian assault event, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity as that was going to help me get a fighter torso, which I also got. can also see I also got myself a black mask. I wasn't recording it at the time, and I was just AFKing Cave Horrors and just got it. And another update, I am now 85 farming, so I can now do hard contracts in the farming guild, which is going to be very, very helpful for getting seeds. One of the seeds that I need right now is Rana seeds, so I can continue doing Slayer. Obviously, I'm going for 65 Slayer for my strategy to get my range up for my Fire Cape attempt. I need prayer potions, and obviously Rana seeds will give me prayer potions, but I also probably have enough herblore supplies to get myself up to 63 herblore, which will allow me to make super restores. Actually, I definitely have enough supplies for herblore, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get geared up now for a farming run, and then I'm going to be doing games of Wintertide as well. And I also have myself some raids scheduled later with a friend, which I am going to be doing for cash for my free-to-play. So lots of things going on, but that's just a quick update. We got ourselves a Fire Torso and the Black Mask for Slayer. All that we're missing now is the prayer potions that we need to continue doing Slayer. And so with this batch of attack potions, I should be level 63 herblore. I can now finally make one of the most important potions in the game, super restore potions, and I have enough snapdragons in the bank if I have a look quickly. Yeah, it's more than enough to get myself back to doing some Slayer, so I'm going to make myself some super restores and actually going to go back to slaying. Hey! Yes! Yes! My fucking first purple! Yes! Gets in, son! Easy money! Easy! Ha ha ha! Oh, great. Oh, sick. Dex scroll. First item raids. KC 54. Can't be any happier with that. I could be happy with that. It could be a better item than that, to be honest with you, but it's a fucking item and it's my first one, so I'm excited. Alright, Craig, here's your split. Thank you for helping the cause with the free-to-play. Enjoy your GP there, sir. That's 21 mil towards the smithing grind. Well, I'm doing a hard clue scroll, and that is probably the last requirement, the last step. So, I am going to go and do it. I just got a rune kite shield from a jelly task as well, so that's like my best in slot tank shield right now. So, yeah, I guess we're going to risk it. Okay, that's the casket. Let's get out of here. Fuck. That's the first person since I took that tank test weeks ago, or not weeks ago, months ago. But yeah, we escaped. Let's find out if that hard clue was worth it. All that for an Armadillo page 3. Yikes, big yikes. Could have been a lot better. So I'm currently 64 Slayer, and I decided very early on into the Slayer grind I was going to boost my Slayer points before I hit 65 Slayer. Now I'm doing this because there are some rewards that I want from Slayer that can only be got through Slayer points. And so what I want to do is I'm going to do tasks from Turiel in Birthrot up until my 10th task. And then on my 10th task, I'll be going back to Kona. Now, this is the fastest way of getting Slayer points, and this way I'll have my herb stack alongside some other unlocks from Slayer for when I begin chilling Dust Devils on Tzhaar to get my range up. And from there, it should all go a part of the plan. So I've got myself a hard clue scroll here from Blue Dragons, and one of the requirements was to do the Holy Grail quest. So I'm going to go and complete this clue step now. We'll find out if the next clue step is in the wilderness. Oh, of course it was. Where is that in the wilderness? Yeah, screw that. We're not doing that. Anyway, let's go and finish the quest. So, the end of the Holy Grail quest. This is obviously a sub-quest for Piety, which we will be unlocking during this episode. That's 188 quest points now as well. It's only 12 away from the 200 we would need for Dragon Slayer 2. And unfortunately we didn't get to do our clue scroll step, but it was a necessary quest all the same. And there it is, level 65 Slayer. We can now kill Dust Devils. However, I don't have enough Slayer points for the herb sack yet, so I am going to be continuing doing Slayer. I'm just finishing this Blue Dragon task, as it was the Kona task that I got at the end of my streak, my current streak. I'm on nearly done 50 Slayer assignments right now. And I also need the Dragon Bones anyway, as I'm going to need 70 prayer before this episode ends, and I'm currently 59. So let's continue doing some Slayer until we have our herb sack. So this is the last Dagonoth for this task. And when he dies, that is the last points that I need for my herb sack. So let's go and get it. So this grind was very easy, and with this done, now I have the herb sack. Now I went for the herb sack because Dust Devils drop a lot of herbs, and I'm going to be chinning a lot of Dust Devils before I go and do the fight caves for my fire cave. All I am missing now is the red chin chompers that I need to obviously go chinning, and the ranged void armor set, which I'll be using in the fight caves. Now I was going to go for the Mauritania hard diary as well, so I had to get myself a bone crusher for passive prayer experience, but I figured that the time it would take me to get 70 prayer to unlock piety would be too long to do at this moment in time, and it would be more efficient for me to just get that diary until I have 75 construction for Gilded Altar, which I'll probably start working on in the next episode. So it's been such a long time since I actually started training Hunter from the beginning that I actually forgot that Jagex made an update where they had to make it so that you had to do a quest now called Eagle's Peak to actually start hunting red chinchompers to use box traps. And so there we are, that's Eagle's Peak. So I'm going to spend the next 20 hours in Fell Dip Hills. I'm actually going to go back to the Eagle's Peak to do some diaries for when I eventually go ahead and do that. Eagle's Peak gives like free diary rewards as well, or tasks I should say, that you can do after you complete the quest. And yeah, I'm just going to spend 20 hours in Feldip Hills catching myself chinchompers. I'm aiming for about 5,000 chinchompers, which I'm going to throw at Dust Devils. So without further ado, let's get into the hunter grind. So I just pulled out of the Feldip Hills with 2,800 red chinchompers, which is short of the 5,000 that I wanted to catch. Unfortunately, right now, every world is just full. It doesn't matter what time of the day that you are awake. It could be the early hours, the afternoon, the evening. Right now, all the RuneScape servers are full. And normally, I would think that's a very good thing because I want the game to be successful and growing, and the more players there are playing the game, the better it is for me as a content creator and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, with the coronavirus keeping everyone indoors, there is a large influx of players who are continuing playing throughout the entire day. Doesn't matter what time zone, and that means the Feldip Hills right now is very, very full of people. It isn't the best hunter spot in the game anyway, so I'm going to pull out because I'm tired of competing with bots and other players going for the same spot for chinchompers. But anyway, enough waffling on. Okay, it's time to pull out the Slayer. Oh, I need to visit a Slayer Master. I will go to the Wilderness Slayer Master to buy myself a gas mask. But it's time for us to finally get our range up for this fire cape and use these red chinchompers that we hunted. We got up to 74 hunter from this, and I didn't explain it beforehand, but I got the requirements for red chins, I should say, from birdhouses. I've been doing a lot of birdhouses, which is how I got to 63 too, which is the requirement to catch red chinchompers. But anyway, onto the Slayer Master to get this mask, and yeah, nearly there with the fire cape attempt. So we are approaching the end of this grind. We have about 20 chin chompers left, so this will be my last inventory, as it were. I am currently 74 range. I'm actually nearly 75, which I'll probably get in the fight caves. And after I've done this batch of Dust Devils, I will essentially be able to go ahead and get my Void Armor, which I've already started on. I've actually nearly finished the set. I've only got like 300 something points left to get before I finish it, and it takes 850 points to get. But even though I didn't get as many range levels as I thought I would, I could have done the fight caves actually with 70 range instead of getting up to like 74. But the bonus part is not only did I get a lot of resources for herb lore and crafting and so on, but the GP, I've made approximately 1.3 mil from chinning this many Dust Devils, and that is going to go towards my construction grind for when I go for piety. So let's finish these last enchantments. Actually, there's the last one, and I'll just finish the rest of these with my magic short bow, and then we'll go to pest control. Alright, this is going to be the last game when the red portal goes down, and we can finally acquire the Void ranged set, which is going to help us in the fight caves. Looking forward to finally getting this done. It's been a long grind, and I don't necessarily enjoy pest control. There it is. There is the game done. Let's go and buy. Exchange. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. There it is. Full Void range armor on the account and the elite task done. So without further ado, it's time to go and do the fight caves. Oh my days, have I just lagged out? I've not hit him once. I did not hit him once. Fucking hell. Oh, that's so annoying. That is so annoying. That is so annoying. It really is annoying. That's irritating as fuck. Alright, okay. So we're back at the pest control minigame. We are going for the Void Mage Helm this time. And the reason why is because I completely underestimated the fight caves. I've actually never done the fight caves before with a rune crossbow. And my DPS when I got to Jad was terrible. Also, I underestimated how many prayer potions I would need for Jad with Void range and Broad Bolt, which I unlocked through the point boosting that I did earlier. So I'm getting the Void Mage Helm so I can use that in the fight caves with Blood Blitz. It's not Blood Blitz, it's the level 68 spell on the Ancient Magic Spellbook, and I can use that to heal, which means I won't need to take as much food in, and I can bring more prayer potions and super restores into the fight caves. And that way when I do get to Jad, even though it will take me a long time to kill Jad in the current setup that I'm using, at the very least I will have the prayer potions and super restores to last, because I'm very confident with the prayer flicking. It's just that I don't have any DPS at this range level, and I don't have gear that I'm usually used to using at fight caves on this account at the moment, and I don't really feel like grinding out for something that would hit a lot better than a rune crossbow at this time, as it would be inefficient for my skilling gains. I am playing hardcore Iron Man mostly to skill rather than going for PVM achievement. So Let's get this mage helm, and yeah, nearly done. Only need like 50 more pest control points, and then back into the fight gear as we go. Oh my days, finally. That is the longest I have ever prayer flipped Jad in my fucking life. Oh, that is the longest ever Jad I have ever done, man. I was fighting him for about fucking 10 minutes, man. I've never flicked Jad that fucking much. I started getting nervous towards the end, but there it is. There is the fire cape done. At last. Alright, so it's time to open the Tzhaar city. We have our full angler outfit, ice gloves, the hammer that we need to pass through this event here. Oh, do I have to take it off and show it to him? I managed to defeat Jad and obtain his fire cape. And now I can pass through the gate. All of that just so I could fish some infernal eels. That's also an elite task done for Karamja. And so that marks the end of this episode. I'm now going to be spending the next couple of weeks AFKing here at the Infernal Ills so I can acquire myself full obsidian, the full obsidian armor, as well as the obsidian sword. And that will give me time to start money making on Vizela so I can start my smithing grind on the free players. I need to make some GP. But yep, this is the end of the video. This is the progress. I am also 95 making. I started doing my Winter Todd grind a couple of episodes ago and I haven't finished that yet. I still need to finish that, and now that I have a fire cape which counts as a warm item, I will be using the fire cape at Winter Todd as well. But yeah, just time to fish the Infernal Wheels here, and we should get a couple of fishing levels as well, and it will take some time to get obsidian, but this is a really decent AFK method whilst I am doing other things on my other accounts. And even though it's not the most efficient way to get Toggle, doing a Bowser's mini game would probably be the most efficient way for me to get Toggle. I do play other accounts and other game modes, and my free-to-play account has been stagnating for a while. It's actually been splashing here for most of the time. Got 89 magic yesterday, and yeah, I just need to get some GP so I can start working on this level.